the kid cinema is at the Village though, so we might have to be Village people. Might have to be. Might have to be Village people for a while. Just walk into the cinema like.
Yeah, I want to see Nat in chaps.
Don't give him that task. He'll do it.
I love that. I'm wondering if I should leave that in.
Absolutely.
Excellent. How are you, Chloe?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Here we are with another Up Late video. Hang on, I've got a cup of tea coming. Thank you, my love.
Mal.
Thank you.
What service?
I know. Whew. And you're a child.
Got my juice box. Got my juice box.
Yes, hello to everybody. Welcome to another Up Late video. Chloe, how you doing today?
Oh, just fabulous.
Yes, and I'm very rushed. I've just walked through the door and boom, we're going. So if I look a bit flustered, that's why.
No rest for the wicked.
That's exactly right.
But you gotta make the wifey happy. You gotta take her out on dates. That's important.
It is important. And looking at my watch, going, oh, I gotta get home.
When will this date end?
That's right. Happy 41st.
41st. Aw.
So
we're very lispy already. And I've already noticed I'm doing this again. I've already noticed it.
Oh,
anyway.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but you know,
I'm gonna do my best to not do it.
I'm glad you. I mean, for your benefit, I'm glad you drew attention to that because I was going to just do that for the whole thing.
And then I would have been like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Or you would have been like, "You son of a bitch."
I did it again while we were talking about it.
You are going to see. This is a drinking game for people watching now because, I mean, God forbid they should go right back to episode 1 and watch all the episodes because, damn, they'll need a neck brace by the end of it.
They should do that because that would be like really funny to go back to number 1 and see like how uptight I was to now drinking juice boxes and talking about my ticks. But you know,
I actually think episode 1. You probably said something to the effect of, I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, and then for like the next 3, I think I was drinking alcohol.
Hey, it's too early to be reminiscing about the good old days.
Oh, goodness.
Let us get another 40 under the belt. But what's been going on movie-wise? Have you got anything?
What have I been watching? I went to go watch Hustle. Didn't get there.
It's great.
Because, you know, yeah, I've heard, and you know me, I love Adam Sandler, bar a few. But I'm really excited to see this one. It's getting great reviews.
Yeah, including mine. I gave it a stellar review. It's a banger. I mean, it's very formulaic, and it's a coach and a player. It's like Rocky in the basketball world, but there's a lot more going on. Like I think Adam Sandler's character has a lot more on the line in this one, and there's a lot of weight to the story, and there's a lot to lose, which, you know, when the stakes are that high, I think it always adds to the drama. Add to the fact that all of the other supporting characters, they're actual NBA players.
Yeah, like LeBron James. I heard LeBron James.
He's not in it. He just produced it.
Oh, he's a producer. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Cool. That's still really cool.
Everybody else is from the NBA. The lead co-lead, I should say, to Adam Sandler, is a foreign player that's been sort of imported to America to play for the NBA, and there's a few of those in there as well, and that kind of factors into this story. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that one.
Yeah, I might do that one tomorrow actually, because it's that one popped up onto my radar and I'm quite keen on it. But other than that, I've just been rewatching stuff that I've already watched because it makes me feel a bit more comfortable. But
it's comfort food.
Yeah, hubby and I just rewatched The Kingsman.
Yep.
I bloody love that movie.
It's good.
Everything about it is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't go wrong with that movie. And I'm sorry, I'll keep coming back to it, but it's so bloody good.
It certainly is. Don't bother with the second 2, but the first one's a banger.
Yeah, no, I agree because I've seen the second 2. These are sequels that I have seen, and they're shit compared to the first. And I'll always go back to the first one. Just
totally.
Watching Colin Firth kill religious Crazy People to Freebird just gives me all the girl tinglies. So,
Excellent there. You don't hold up your box while you're talking about getting girl tinglies. Come on.
yes, you do when you're talking about Colin Firth.
That box is where you put your fruit.
Tasty.
And let me just, I wanted to backtrack a bit to do a little bit of self-promotion here because I forgot to when we came into the video.
Dang it.
On the weekend, Ben and I went to Comic-Con, and so we've produced a little video for people to watch if you go onto our YouTube channel, or even on our Facebook page. It's there. It's on our website too, goodmoviemonday.com. So go have a look at that. We talked to all kinds of weird and wonderful people walking the convention floor, and it was a lot of fun.
I did see a little bit of that, and it did look like you guys actually had a really good time.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's we were knackered by the end of it. I've got to be honest with you. Both of
It's a
us
big day on the feet.
both of us don't particularly enjoy cons as patrons. Like, we don't enjoy going there. It gives me flashback sort of nightmares to being a kid in the showbag hall at the Melbourne show, and it was like a stampede, and I just that kind of environment doesn't do much for me. But from a media perspective, it was an entirely different experience, and it's quite amazing what having a lanyard around you with media written on it and a camera and a microphone does to people.
Wow. Tell me your most interesting story from the day.
Interesting story. I don't think I have. Interesting was just walking around, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that would say no, but generally speaking, most people, simply because they're hidden behind costumes and masks, they're very, very willing to talk to you. So you don't have to twist a lot of arms. You just sort of put a microphone in someone's face and say, "Would you like to talk?" And most people are like, "Absolutely."
That's awesome.
So it became a game of just spotting who you think would say yes. And the ones that said no were when we were getting started in the morning, and we hadn't really sussed out people.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Ben. I'm like, "Oh, I know who I've got to go for now." So it was good. Yeah, no interesting stories. I mean, Ben and I ate a lot of shit food that day, that's for sure. We drove in together, and we not only had breakfast on the way in, we had the filthiest fucking lunch on the way out. So, which was a late lunch. So,
what was it? Tell me.
it was just your junk food. If I name them, they're gonna have to pay, and they're not gonna.
If it's fried chicken, I'd love for them to pay because
there was fried chicken.
Yes.
It was a speaking of boxes, it was a big greasy box, that's for sure.
I had plenty of those over the weekend. One, but that was more than enough.
Actually, well, here's the outrageous story of the day for you, because as you know, that KFC are replacing their lettuce with cabbage, which is just interesting.
Should I have known that? Why are they doing that?
Because there's a lettuce shortage in Australia right now. Like, you can't get lettuce.
There's a lettuce shortage?
Yeah, and lettuce, if you do find it, is a lot. It's going to cost you about $10 to $12 for just one.
Are you serious?
Yep. Just look up KFC lettuce, or just lettuce shortage on Google, and it'll come up. So they've been replacing their lettuce with cabbage, and they're not. I mean, at the when I first realized this, they weren't telling people; they were just doing it. And I had like some KFC last week, and I bit into it. I'm like, this is odd. This is strange, and I couldn't pinpoint why. And then I read the news that night, and I'm like, oh, that's why. It's fucking cabbage.
Just take the lettuce out.
Well, I guess they're trying to trick you into the texture. Like lettuce provides a bit of... Anyway, that's beside the story. When I get to KFC with Ben, I'm like, oh, avoid that. So I said, look, do you have a special on nuggets right now? I really felt like nuggets, like a big fat 25 piece or whatever. And she goes, no. And I said, well, what's an equivalent? Like, do you have a special on something similar? And she's like, thinking like popcorn chicken or strips or something. And she goes, yeah, we got, the hot and spicy chicken. It's, $5 for whatever. I'm like, fucking give me that. Not realizing that they were individually about this fucking big. I know.
Yes.
So,
just go the zing and no cabbage next time. You'll be fine.
Just like coleslaw. I'd rather have KFC coleslaw on my fucking burger.
Yeah. Just substitute it.
But that's you want to know weird. Something interesting?
Always.
There's this. I mean, we're not even talking about movies right now, but there's this shortage of lettuce. And as we walk past Subway in the food court at Crown Casino, I look and they've got a whole tub of lettuce sitting there. I'm like, that either means they're charging like extra for it, or it doesn't like it means they're hoarding lettuce or it's old and they're frozen it and it's like defrosted or something.
They probably are, first of all, because Subway is gross.
It's pretty grotty.
And I don't understand people who purposely choose to get Subway. I don't understand those people. But also, lettuce is gross. Like, who likes lettuce? Who
I do.
like
I love lettuce.
just go outside and just start munging on some grass? Like, it's the same
No,
thing.
that is not true. And you and Ben will get along
Ah,
just fine because I don't think he's had a piece of lettuce in his whole life. But
I mean, I've definitely eaten it. But if someone says lettuce or spinach leaves, go the spinach leaves. They're so much better
no.
for you, and they're
Well,
just
they
not
are.
as gross.
Well, you can get both. But like, there is nothing like better than like a freshly made home salad sandwich with cheese, lettuce, tomato, bang, bang, bang. It's just all about the texture and the crunch. And anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about movies. What the fuck?
Sorry, this became a lettuce rant. I'm so hung up on the lettuce shortage.
I know. Well, what else have we got this week? So, Nev Campbell has dropped out of Screen 6. That was
I
news.
did see that, and I did see that she was backed up by Matthew Lillard in terms of the salary dispute, which is really good to see.
Fucking hell. So, from lettuce to celery. Great.
I hate celery and I hate peanut butter, but you put them together, love it.
I agree. Moving on.
Okay. Yeah, so good on her.
Yeah, I reckon too. I mean, this may mean that she will be in it because she's probably playing hardball, go public with it. Studio cops a slap over the wrist from the fans, and suddenly they change their tune.
I mean, good, because she's extremely underrated and she's worth it. So
she's good, but she's worth it definitely in Scream terms. I mean, she's been in all 5.
no, absolutely, but just in terms of anything at all, like it just brings attention to the dispute. Whether or not she started gaining traction again with the Scream movies and she wanted to work elsewhere in different franchises or whatever, she needs to have some sort of credit. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So that was that. They announced that there's more Ghostbusters to come, not just a sequel, but there's going to be like a big expansion to that universe, which I'm completely cool with. It's been something they've been discussing for a long time.
I did see there was going to be an animation movie.
And comic books and things like that, but there's an actual direct sequel as well, so that's good.
Wow. Direct sequel to the one that just came out with Paul Rudd and the Stranger Things
Afterlife.
guy. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Jason Reitman is directing it, and he directed Afterlife, so it's still in the family. It's the Reitmans.
So is it where it left off is good for a sequel? You think it'll be?
Well, it's deliberately open to a sequel, intentionally. Okay. Yeah.
That's still one I haven't seen, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, get on it because it's really good.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely want to see that one. Ghostbusters is just an institution. It's something that I saw when I was really young. So it kills me that I haven't seen this one.
If you love the original, like you can forget about the others, just the original, then this one is just it's almost perfect. Like I really really love it. It was in my top 10 of last year for sure.
Yeah. Oh, so we haven't had this discussion yet. I want you to tell me about Elvis.
Yes. So Elvis. Interesting movie. Very interesting movie. So if I was just to in a nutshell, I've only got 10 seconds to say what I thought of it. I would say overall worth seeing. It's fun. It's energetic. And if you like Baz Luhrmann, then you know precisely what you're going to get. Now, if I had a bit longer to talk about it, I would say, well, you've really got to go in with an open mind. It is not the biopic that it probably should have been. It's not Walk the Line or something like that. It is a very romanticized, glorified kind of account of Elvis's career. And it is in Baz Luhrmann, in Baz Luhrmann style, it is whiplash fast. Like it just goes whip, boop, 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 from one thing to the next. Even though it's a long movie, it just doesn't relent. It's like bang, 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 bang. So it's ritzy, it's colourful, it's glamorous, it's it's all of those things. And the guy, what's his name? Austin something that plays Elvis?
Austin Butler?
Yeah, that's it. Phenomenal. Like really, really phenomenal.
Really?
He, in many mannerisms and appearance, resembles Elvis really, really well. But then there are moments where you can tell this is to Baz Luhrmann's credit. Moments where he might not look so much like Elvis. Baz Luhrmann has, shot it on such an angle with such lighting that he's managed to bring the personality out.
Wow.
So yeah, and like even Ben didn't like it, so Ben went with me. But even he considered like that guy was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So and the moment like it was about halfway through the film when he lands in Hollywood to do all the Hollywood movies, fucking hell, you swear you're watching the real Elvis.
Wow, really?
As for Tom Hanks, it's the worst thing he's ever done. Like, it's the worst performance of his career. Everything that we had feared is true. And what's even worse is that he occupies nearly every scene in the goddamn movie.
Oh, no.
And what's worse about that is if you look up the real Colonel Parker, I was nearly going to say Sanders then.
Just looping it back. Looping it back.
The real one didn't speak with the accent that Tom Hanks has.
So he's kind of just brought his own character to it, and it hasn't worked.
Because the real Colonel Tom Parker was a charlatan. He was a fraud. And he had an accent in reality, but he spoke with a fake American accent to sell the Colonel, as a character. But if you look at every single interview he's ever done on television, he has an American accent, a bit like that. But why did Tom Hanks choose to talk like this all the way through the movie?
Oh, that doesn't sound like it's going to be fun to listen to.
No, it's absolutely agonizing, and I think that is what diminishes the movie completely. I'm happy to suspend my disbelief and go with the Baz Luhrmann thing because it does. It's fucking fun. Like, it is fun because the music's great. They do strange and wonderful things with Elvis's music as well. But yeah, Tom Hanks just gets in the fucking way.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like it's an Australian film, so there's so many I Spy moments looking for characters and people because everyone else other than those two are practically all Aussie.
All Aussies, yeah. Which is like to Baz Luhrmann's credit, he brings it back home, which is phenomenal. So
yeah,
you gotta admire him for that.
But I would
also
recommend
the big names do bring in them dollars so he can keep making these movies as well.
But but the other thing is you can't tell an Elvis story with an Aussie in the lead. Like, it's one of those things. I think that Elvis needs to be an American. Like, he just does.
Depending on the actor. I mean,
that's just how I feel. There are some things that are a bit too precious, and I think the legacy of Elvis, I think it requires an American to portray it. That's just where I'm at. Like, it's not always applicable. I mean, fucking Rami Malek played Freddie Mercury, and it didn't matter. Well, it did matter to me. I didn't like him in that, but but the person I thought should have been Freddie Mercury was British. So yeah, no, he was British, wasn't he? Freddie Mercury was British. So
there you go.
It should have been bloody Sacha Baron Cohen all along.
Oh no,
he was originally cast. He would have been perfect.
No.
He looks like Freddie Mercury. Okay. I bet you he would have been better than Rami Malek, that ventriloquist doll.
I told my mother when I was younger that if Freddie Mercury was born in like our day and age, wasn't gay, and didn't die of AIDS or whatever he died of, I probably would have tried to marry him because that's how much I loved him. And Sacha Baron Cohen just cannot pull that off for me. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, Freddie Mercury still fucked a few chicks, so
early on.
Yeah, well, if you had got in early.
If I had been born 40 years earlier.
One more thing that may or may not be of interest to you is that there is another arachnophobia movie coming, which I know you probably won't be watching because you fucking hate spiders that much.
I saw that and I purposely avoided that article and I'm
a little bit excited.
Right through.
I'm a little bit excited. I think the first Arachnophobia is one of those beautiful, almost perfect movies. It's so wonderful and it's PG, so kids can watch it, and yet it's terrifying at the same time. And it's Steven Spielberg at his magnificent best. And
I can't tell you how many times my sisters tried to get me to watch that movie, and I just don't understand. I don't.
It's because you haven't seen it. You probably don't understand why it's so special. But it is a really magical kind of movie. Like, it's so well made.
Glenn, I have trouble watching the spider scene in Harry Potter.
I know you do. This is what I'm saying. Like, you would probably never watch it because it deliberately plays into people's irrational fears, right?
Just makes me want to vomit.
And what's worse is all of the spiders they used in the movie, most of them were Avondale spiders, were huntsmans. And so anyone that's not Aussie that's watching this, A
Oof.
huntsman is a regular household spider that we have here. They are known as the puppy dog
Regular.
spider. Yeah. They're known as the puppy dog spider because they're harmless. They don't do anything. And so that's why they use them for the movie, right?
Overseas people, can I interrupt you, Glenn? Overseas people don't believe a word Glenn is saying. They're horrid creatures. They're giant, they're hairy, they're gross. No, sorry. Puppy dog, my ass.
Well, I mean, I pick them up and put them outside when they come in the house. So I like it. I like a huntsman spider. I don't like the others. Anyway, moving on. The arachnophobia story is that a lot of people are concerned it's a remake, but James Wan, who is producing it, has said that it's possibly going to be a continuation, like one of those legacy kind of sequels.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like a new Halloween.
Well, yeah, there's so many, like Top Gun, like there's so many legacy sequels right now that are, 20 plus years after the fact, and some of them are working, so.
Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm not going to watch it, but who knows?
I would recommend that people that know the podcast will know that I talk all the time about the fact I wrote a sequel to Arachnophobia many years ago. Just as an exercise, back when you do film school, you have to write all the time. So I wrote sequels to movies I loved, and I wrote a sequel to that. And so there is a story to be told. And James Wan, if you haven't finished that script yet,
you should hit him up.
We've got a mutual friend, so anyway,
just a
moving along.
Sneaky email.
Moving along. We've got about 10 minutes left. Do you want to play some games?
I do.
Excellent. What game do you want to play? Have you prepared for one?
I have. It's not overly interesting because I'm still getting used to this kind of idea, but I do have some like little tidbits of a celebrity. I just wanted to see if you'd guess who it was by the little.
That's the game I prepared.
Fun! Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first, just to see if we're going about it the same way.
Should we go tit for tat? So I'll say one little fact, and then you say one, and we'll try and guess each other's.
We can try that. Will it confuse us? That's a question. We'll find out.
Might make it more fun. Okay, so.
Choke on my teeth. Fuck.
You okay? Are you trying to get out of the game?
My wife's trying to poison me.
All right. So, is yours a celebrity or a movie, or what am I guessing?
I've done two, but I'll start with one, and one is a celebrity. They're both celebrities.
Okay. All right. Cool. That's what mine is as well. All right. So I'll go first. This celebrity was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but raised in Illinois.
All right.
All right.
Mine, you'll probably get this. My father was a notable academic and my mother was a Broadway actress.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, I'm not guessing yet. I'm going to let a few more unravel. Otherwise, we'll be out of time later.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Not Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay. This person, his first big part was in the movie Rudy.
Ooh. Can you give me the first one again?
Born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Grew up in Illinois.
You're talking Sean Astin?
I am not.
Oh, okay. Next one for me is I made my movie debut in 1999 alongside Alan Rickman.
Oh, I know who it is.
Yeah, you can guess it if you want.
Is it Tom Felton?
No.
Oh, I don't know who it is then. Okay. All right. Okay, so this actor / producer / director / screenwriter is a member of what is known as the Frat Pack.
The Frat Pack and not the Brat Pack.
Correct.
I don't even know if I know the Frat Pack.
Yes, you do.
Everyone
knows the Frat Pack.
But do I know them as the Frat Pack? Because that's the first time I've heard that used.
Ooh. I might be good at this game, Glenn.
I reckon you might be. It's funny because I said to you, I will play to your strengths and you'll play to mine. So you've probably made things harder for me and I've probably tried to make them easier for you.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this is a good learning curve. This is a really good learning curve. I take games very seriously and I'm quite competitive. So
okay. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
I once dated a member of an acting dynasty. A family member from an acting dynasty.
Okay.
The rate we're going, we're going to only have time for one.
Okay, that's all right. That's okay. This actor stands at 6'5".
See, my problem playing this game is I'm forgetting the first questions.
He.
No. We're not talking about. Oh, we're not talking about Stephen Merchant, are we?
Nope.
Okay. Damn. I have no fucking idea. This one might give it away.
Isn't Stephen Merchant British?
What did you? Oh yeah, not Illinois. Fucking whatever it was. Gee, see, I told you I forget these questions already.
Wow.
This is all right. Next time we do this, we have to go at a time, like as in you do all of yours at once, because I'm getting lost in the combination.
Okay. All right. We'll do that next time. All right. Give me your next one.
I've only got 2 more to go. This one will give it away for sure. I've looked for Sasquatch in strange wildernesses and taken chances with the afterlife.
That's supposed to help me?
Yeah, because there's 3 movies in there. I've looked for Sasquatch in a strange wilderness and taken chances with the afterlife.
Is this person is British, yes?
No. So my mother was an academic. My father was an academic. My mother was a Broadway actress.
Mm-hmm.
I made my debut in 1999 alongside Alan Rickman.
Mm-hmm.
I once dated a member of an acting dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
I looked for Sasquatch in a strange wilderness and taken chances with the afterlife. We've got 1 more to go, so you can skip if you want.
Yeah.
All right, you give me my next one.
All right, your next one is this actor was extremely prominent in the early to mid 2000s, bringing in really, really big dollars to the studios.
Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
Fuck. I really have no idea. Okay. We need to make these like fan tales where it's just fucking easy. Anyway.
I love the fan tale facts.
Yeah, they're way too easy. Okay. I reckon this might be the banger. My collaboration with Kevin Smith is ongoing. Currently Masters of the Universe. Think, Chloe.
Strange Wilderness, Taking Chances.
Taking Chances was not a title of the film.
That
Strange
was not.
Wilderness was.
Strange Wilderness. It's Justin Long.
Yes.
How did I not get that? Alan Rickman, Galaxy Quest.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And
how did I not get that?
Drew Barrymore.
Hey, Drew Barrymore, of course. Strange Wilderness, Kevin Smith. Ah.
And then he was in the Sasquatch Dumpling Gang.
Yes, of course. I haven't seen that, but yes, I knew that.
And he was in Afterlife with Liam Neeson.
Was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Haha, there we go. So
that was a good one.
Have I got any more to go, or I'm like?
Let's just say this actor has crashed a lot of movies with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, also one of best friends with Justin Long.
Well, I told you I'd play to your strength. I told you I'd play to your strength.
Oh, that was a good one though. You gave good clues. I liked that.
Oh yeah, well so did you, but I'm so stupid that I can't juggle 2 rounds in one. Like I need to go, you do all of yours. And then I'll do all of mine.
We can do that next time. Absolutely. Do we have any other time? Because I want to try and guess your other one.
Okay, we've got a few minutes. So all right. Another celebrity.
Yep.
Hang on, what is it? Before I was lost, I was a drunken uncle.
Ah, I know this. Matthew.
Yep.
Matthew. No?
It's not a Matthew. Second one. I've been a bachelor and a mob star and a studio executive.
Okay.
there's a very big clue in that one.
Yep.
Then the next one is I have a famous wife and a famous son.
Oh, John Travolta?
Nope. My brother sometimes picks up my slack.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Nope.
Oh.
I've co-starred with Jackie Gleason, Dan Aykroyd, and Corey Feldman.
Oh.
Meg Ryan and Daryl love me lots.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I fucked up then by saying Ryan. I should have said Meg and Daryl love me lots.
Yeah, you should have.
Because that's what I had written down. And then the last one was going to be John Coffey cured my piss hole. The Green Mile.
Oh, you know how long it's been since I've seen that movie? Oh my god.
He had a urine infection.
Of course. Of course. Hey,
Well, there we go.
those were good ones as well.
Well,
done.
that took me all the way to 30 minutes. And you know what? You've also means that I've got to prepare for another question for next week because I was going to save Tom Hanks, so I didn't have to do any work.
That's okay.
But we got into the
I
rhythm.
can do 2 if you like.
Well, yeah. Well, that makes me look bad.
No way.
All right, let's do that. I like playing this game.
It's fun.
It is fun. So, but we're out of time, so we can't play anymore because
Damn.
we can't. We just can't.
Damn.
I know. All right. Well, will I see you next week?
Absolutely.
Awesome. See you, Chloe. Have a good week.
See ya. Bye.
See y'all.